Hey everybody! I know I said that the next video would be, or actually no, I didn't say that. Well, I know that I know the next video was supposed to be the female Kong fully painted, but as you can see, I didn't get that done. I did sort of a dark wash over the caulk to help the paint stick. But I figured this was such a cool thing, I needed to share it with you guys. But before I get to that, I made a panther. How random, right? I fixed up a panther to paint. I figure I'm going to paint this panther with the female Kong since they'll be using similar colors, and while one is drying, I can paint the other. Probably think a chance. You said you got to get done with some other creatures before you start the new ones. Well, that is true, but I figured since this dude literally took me a night and a morning to make, really is nothing, you know. Uh, all I did was I took a tiger. I took one of them $1 tigers, or sorry, $1.25, because God forbid anything stays a dollar anymore. The 25 cents really does make a difference, don't it? But goddamn companies. But anyway, so what I did was I took one of these $1.25 tigers from Walmart, right? You know, the cheap ass made in China ones. I can't even be bothered to paint the teeth or nothing. Um, and I cut off its little mutton chops. I shaved down its face, and I caulked it back over to make it look more natural. And then I cut off its tail I cut the tail off the leg because the leg was attached, or the tail was attached to the leg. And I put some resin to keep it from moving. I cut it into segments, and then I positioned it where I wanted it. And then I just fixed up covered that, the main and China sign, and I give them some genitals. Because everybody needs a set. I don't care what anybody says. You need something. And granted, I would have made it a female panther, but I don't know. I was in the mood of making a male. Because why not? That, and frankly, I have no idea what a cat's vagina looks like. Nor actually, not that I regret that, mind you. I mean, I'm kind of glad I don't know what it looks like, but hey, Plus, you can't look the shit up. Like, I tried to look up leopard penis to help sculpt it out, obviously, and good lord, don't look that shit up on the internet. Do not look up leopard penis on the internet. You're gonna regret it. It's a bunch of, it's just ain't right. But yeah, since I crafted all the essential goods and the just the face and made him more like that, I'm gonna paint him with the female Kong. Anyways, sorry to waste your guys' time here. On to the main event. I think you guys could see my silhouette in the little mirror here. Man, that's some clean plastic. Anyways, take a look at the box here. Man, this dude is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I love how it looks throughout the package already, and I like how the teeth aren't goofily oversized. Like they nailed this guy just from what I could see in the packaging. Got the back of the box here, and it says, living up to the name, the Irritator is a ferocious and aggressive carnivore that has a long snout and primarily feeds on fish. No shit. I mean, no shit, really. That, and look, they actually painted the claws on this one. Well, they couldn't be bothered to do that with the fucking Pachycephalosaurus. Funny thing, actually, get this, guys. After I was done making the Pachycephalosaurus picture story, one of the arms fell off of my Pachycephalosaurus. And I was like, well, shit. At first, I was just going to repair it. And look, I even have the spare arm just kind of lying here. I'd say it was pretty close to the original arm. And here's the original, because I ripped off the original, too. I'd say that's pretty damn close, more or less, anyway. But what I did was, I said, screw it, and I'm actually going to make the broken Pachycephalosaurus into a Kestodon from Monster Hunter. But that's besides the point. Let me get this Irritator opened up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Anyway, so I got him out of the packaging, and before I get into talking about him, I forgot to show you guys. It has some really nice art here. I might cut this out and save this as sort of like a little picture on the wall. Although I'm definitely going to be ditching the rest of this box. Anyways, so let me take a better look at this man, this guy, I mean, he's friggin' gorgeous. I love him. I can already tell by looking at him. You know, he's a good looking dinosaur for sure. Let me see. And you know, it helps that he's a Spinosaurid because I'll be honest with you, Spinosaurids are easy. Hold on, that damn stand is acting up. There we go. Spinosaurids are my favorite theropods for sure. I just love the way they look. Honestly, they're just beautiful. So getting it down to the scale detail, and wow, that is gorgeous. Not to mention like the patterns. I mean, they really chose good colors here. Like a nice kind of, like a creamy sort of white for the underneath stomach. Got a nice kind of grayish brown. Not to mention the face coloration. Wow, look at that. It's kind of like a Canadian. It reminds me of a Canadian goose. I know Denny will be happy about that. You know, goddamn Canadian, happy about Canadian stuffus. In terms of articulation, the top jaw can move as long as the bottom. Mine has a little bit of like a crooked bit to its mouth, but I don't give a shit. That gives him more personality. He's like, yeah, see. Wait, hold on a second. I gotta, yeah, see. Got that kind of meh look to him, you know. That's funny. Taking a look at the eye. The eye is very well done. I like that it isn't a slit pupil. I'm fucking tired of seeing the slit pupils. The shit's getting old. Not that it's impossible for a dinosaur, mind you, but just, you know, you don't really need it. And it makes the thing look more goofy half the time anyway. I mean, it could be pulled off every once in a while, but I don't know. I definitely prefer the more rounded people. I mean, look at that. Perfect for posing and taking pictures. Going down to the tail here, you got kind of you got the start of a sort of fin, but it ain't really fully, it ain't really fully formed, which is fine. And then of course, it got the bendy wire in there. It can twist and turn and do all that good shit. You got the feet here. The feet are very well sculpted and detailed. I can't tell if there's extra webbing in there compared to most other feet by Mattel's dinosaurs, but I'm not really sure, and frankly, I don't really care to find out. The hands are very well done. One thing I would have liked to see, personally, I would have liked to see bigger claws. That would have been nicer to have some larger claws. But the teeth, they did nail the teeth. The teeth are very nice and sharp, which I appreciate. I really do. Because let me tell you, seriously, with Mattel and like their very goofy, like banana shaped, not sharp teeth. That's why when I show them in a lot of my picture stories biting certain things, that's why I don't show blood, because the teeth ain't sharp. Like I mean, if the tooth itself ain't sharp, then how's it gonna penetrate the skin? I mean, it just don't make sense. I mean, it could cause internal bleeding with bruising and all that, but like with these sheep, with these teeth, they are very nice. Very nice and sharp. And honestly, yeah, if I showed it biting into a beast in one of my picture stories, there'd definitely be blood. As for the claws, maybe not, because they're kind of blunt and puny. More like hooves, honestly. They're like hoofed fingers. I mean, hell, these look sharper than these do. But, I mean, hey, they ain't gonna nail everything. It's good just to be happy with what's there, So yeah, there's the Irritator. I mean, just in terms of articulation, it got all the general stuff, no wrist articulation, which is fine. I mean, I don't know who the fuck needs wrist articulation in a dinosaur. I mean, honestly, I like the way that they actually face the ants sort of the right way. I think it's right. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really harp on that kind of shit. I mean, I like them better when they're faced more accurately, but just because to me it looks right, like instead of just the whole kind of like this, I prefer it like that because it makes more sense. I mean, if a dinosaur goes swiping its massive paw at you, and it makes more sense for it to be from side to side than a downward motion. So yeah, there's the Irritator. And another thing I'd love to add is just I like the little red crest. They did a great job, honestly, with all the markings and stuff. The color application and choice is perfection. I really do love it. It's good shit. And then here's the funny thing. I'm making this a double review. I got the Hammond collection Ankylosaurus. Now, let me tell you, You know, I'm in love with this thing. I fucking love it. I mean, for the size alone, I love the size of it, you know? Like, I was thinking when I was going to get it, I'd be like, well, maybe it could fight Gojira or something in one of my stories. This fucker is bigger. Like, he's actually bigger. And here we got a close-up shot. I painted the eyes, by the way, because they pulled a Collecta and made the eyes fully black. And frankly, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like it. It makes the animal look not alive. So I took it and I did sort of like an emerald green with a black pupil, and then I glossed it over, and I think it looks a lot better. And then here's the other side. Yeah, I much prefer it that way. I was thinking, you know what would look great is some green eyes on them. I love that the articulation of the mouth ain't overly done. It's perfect, unlike the Pachycephalosaurus, where it looks fucking goofy with the little jowls coming out on the side. This is perfect. Honestly, everything about this is perfect. I love it. I still got some modifications to do. Like, I'm just gonna be painting these hooves on the end of his toes. You know, that and the tail. The fucking tail is fully ball jointed. That is fantastic. I fucking love it. You know, it got a good amount of range too. It's not bad. That and a tail club. Look at this majestic fucking thing right here. That could tear the shit out of somebody. And for like just a size comparison, here's the female Kong with the Ankylosaurus. That's a good size comparison. Turn it to the side. I need to have King Kong battle this Ankylosaurus, man. There's no way. Like, it would be a perfect size match, honestly. I mean, think about it. Like, I could already see that being a thing, you know? Like, absolutely. Oh yeah, now that's fucking perfection right there. That's some good shit. Hell yeah. King Kong versus Ankylosaurus. I'm gonna have to do that shit for sure. Another Hammond collection I got recently was the Geostrombergia. But, I gotta be honest with you folks. I butchered him for parts. And I'm serious. I did. Why did I do this? Well, because it came out of the package with paint peeling off its articulation joints. And, you know, its legs wouldn't bend the right way. And, yeah, like, it wasn't very good. I mean, shit, it wouldn't even, what did you say? Like, it couldn't even get into a proper quadrupedal pose. So yeah, just overall, it was pretty crappy. And I said, you know what, this dude's better off as parts, you know? Like, for one, I'm actually going to use his wings to make the Chimeran Jersey Devil that I'm working on. It's like my own little entry into Chimere, but, I mean, I'd have to ask Keenan Taylor if he'd be cool with that, but it's not an official creature, so I don't see why he'd have a problem with it. But, yeah, anything you would like to say, Mr. Geostrombergia? Yeah, I know you're pissy that I pretty much disemboweled you and, you know, chopped you up into pieces, but hey, you know, you'll have a nice body eventually. Well, that don't really help your case, does it? It's just you're just kind of in this situation. I'm going to use your lower half to make a bat, probably a Desmodus Dracula from Ark Survival Evolved, and I'll be using your wings to, make the Chimeran Jersey Devil. Oh, why am I not cutting up the Hammond Collection Ankylosaurus and Irritator? Well, because they're good. Unlike you. Alright, enough out of you. I'm not taking this crap from you anymore. You need to get out of here. Well, so that's pretty much the end of the review. I hope you guys got to get a good look at these amazing beasts here. I absolutely 100% recommend them. They are fantastic, and honestly, I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody. Oh, and one last thing. The next video will probably be the Red King finished. Although the one after that will probably be these two finished. Anyways, take care, everybody.